Of course, they wanted to.
There comes a time in every young StarCraft player's life where they decide they must band together and battle to the death. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Passer, and tonight we have Nydus League Week 1, Guns N' Roses versus Psistorm Community. On some of the gnarliest maps you have ever seen, we are bringing the hype, and we are going to bring glory to everybody who is here and ready to fight it out. Tonight, these two teams will battle for it all in order to get that coveted win, that coveted little prize pool. I don't know if there is a prize pool, but you know what? It's coveted anyway. Everybody wants a prize pool. But, yeah, we are actually in the lobby. And waiting to go here. Just gotta get all of the players into the proper positions, making sure that we're going to go into Dragonshire with a clear conscience. Bear in mind that this is all kill format, so with all kill, this does mean that we will be seeing one player more often than not, as that is how it usually goes. But these two are diamond level. It is I'm T White versus Cruel. I'm T White playing for Psistorm, and Cruel is Guns N' Roaches. TVZ, so that is the best way to start the night. I don't think anyone can disagree with that, unless you are wrong. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't want that. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We will be hopping into game number 1 between these two guys. We will have to see who is man enough to take it. And spawning down here in the bottom position for Guns N' Roaches, it is Cruel. Playing the bugs in this epic space opera. And his opponent, up in the top left, representing Earth and humanity itself, it is I'm T White. Guess we can just kind of take a minute to look around the map, see what's really going on with it. Dragonshire, it was made by Ironman SC, one of the map creators that does very good work. And as you can see, there's one close third base, but it's very kind of flat, it looks like, for a bunch of these locations. The first big attack pattern in the middle here going to have a little bit of a ramp, but completely flat on this side. One more ramp over here. So an interesting map, to say the least. Guess that does mean that a lot of airplay doesn't really mean too much, because obviously you can see a lot of what your opponent is going to be doing when he's coming across. So tanks can be a little bit better because they don't have to contend with lower vision rate from higher ground. But that can also make it kind of difficult to go up against a Zerg who has good creep spread and good kind of just control, getting a couple of different locations to attack. Like this one, pretty spread out, pretty open. If you knock down these rocks, you can hit from 4 sides at the same time. But it does look like we're just going to be seeing some standard play out of these guys. The Reaper going to go across the map, as this was a Rax first. He's going to get a Marine as well for the defense, as his opponent does have speed on the way. The Queen is about to pop, and this base just not done yet, so he did go for that pool first, looking to defend and maybe send a couple across the map to just kind of be safe and There is always the possibility that he could get the Reaper, but good control so far out of IMT White. Gonna keep it live for right now. Marine gonna be denying scouting vision as the factory goes up. And at this point, I think we are going to be seeing Hellions out of our Terran player, as that is the most common kind of opening. A good way to start things off, as you have the potential for massive damage. You keep your opponent on his side of the map, having to defend with those speedlings, with those banelings. Not really going to get the opportunity to contest this secondary base. Reaper still out here waiting for that third base to go down. And now he is going to go across the map here, look to see what he can get done. The question is, really, will IMT White be able to defend this? Where are his Hellions? Does he have any yet? Yeah, he has 2, so he's going to have to fight within that ramp period. Gets a couple of good shots off, so this will be pushed back for right now. I think he actually got the Reaper on the other side of the map as well. Viking coming out, and we will have to see if he does start Cloak here, as this might just be a fake out if that does not begin. Banshee's obviously no good without that Cloak. Good little play here from Cruel, just kind of forcing those Hellions to remain back at home with these small run-bys. And really, he's not committing a lot to this, so he can really afford to lose these units, and even just getting a great scout off here before getting taken out. 2 workers going down. He's going to have to restart that supply depot soon, otherwise he's in a bit of bother. I have no idea if this is a full wall off or not. But yeah, overall just good plays from our Zerg player here. Yeah, that is not a wall off, as can be confirmed. Hellions once again forced to come back. 1 Marine going down. And he's still pumping Hellions here. Keep in mind that that armory is down, so he was looking to get a Hellbat timing. But so far the timing of it, not really the best here, as a lot of those Marines going down means there is a lot less DPS in this army. 3 more workers dying. That's obviously not a good thing at this stage in the game, as there's not that much mule energy. Once that third base goes down, you can kind of afford to lose a few at a time. But yeah, you'd never really want to lose any when you're only on 36. Cruel now has kind of full map control, map vision. He has the ability to defend this upcoming push here from IMT White, as long as he identifies that this is indeed mech and there is an armor upgrade on the way. Now this is a modified push here from IMT White, as there are no Hellions, or excuse me, there are no medevacs and there isn't any Marines with this. So once again, pulling those back. I think that might have been in F2 command. He really could go across the map with this, but the Banshee's staying at home to defend. 4 more workers dying. And that number is just going to keep climbing for right now. 6 in total. Which does give a lot of time for that layer to get up, and a lot more Zerglings. Plus 1 attack started as well. So, yeah. IMT White just not able to get any damage done. He's always just been pushed around the map, but this will be his opportunity. That is a lot of Hellions. He can morph those at any time as well. Gonna get 1 queen maybe, and does indeed get that. Backing off for right now. Not gonna commit to anything just yet, as Cruel, his income, not the best, I gotta say. Like, he is just sitting on 38 workers, and we don't see any in the production tab. So just kind of small mistakes from both players, not able to really maximize results. Oh, that is painful. Just gonna go straight for the workers. Gets that hold command. A few mules dropping to kind of just replace what was lost there, and yeah, this will get cleaned up once again. But again, just nothing really going right for IMT White here. He has to remake that wall. We do see as well that spire starting up. I don't see any turrets, so really this could have the potential to do a lot of damage. Mulisks just so good when you don't have anything that shoots up. Does he actually have confirmation that this spire is indeed here? He does not, but he is going to be adding in some Thors just to be safe. This push is pretty scary, considering that it is about to run into Cruel's army. And that was a nice little pick-off to start this engagement, but the mutas do indicate that you have to leave well enough alone for right now, as Thors are on the way in that command center. Into a planetary, has the turrets up, ready to defend. But that will indeed go down, as this base is now kind of under fire for a little bit. They don't really have a lot of DPS to destroy this for right now, but that Thor will be enough to push this away for right now. Roaches as well on the way. So IMT White playing a much more passive style. Like, obviously he wasn't able to get too much done, so he is just going to back off for now. But the Thor had the potential for quite a huge shot. It's going to get a couple off anyway. One of those mutas really low, so they're going to have to back off in order to regenerate their HP. Scans for the 4th base. It's right over here. But yeah, with that not being scouted here, I'm guessing that IMT White may believe that he's in a little bit of a better position than he is. He's supply blocked for the time being, but this is kind of one of the good things about having new map pools rather than just going with the bog standard ladder maps, excuse me there. Because there really is the possibility that things are really messed up rather than having to kind of play your normal game. You kind of have to adapt to new maps, to new styles. And here we go. This is a new style out of IMT White. It's called Kill the Zerg Player. It's one of the supply depots going down, but his 4th base is under fire. A couple more Thors going to push that all back. The transition in the Roaches is really to counter the Thors, but the question is, are there enough Hellbats to kind of prevent that? You can't get in there with the Mutalisks. So this is a very scary time here for Cruel. All of these Banelings need to make great connections, and they will. There are still plenty of Thors, however. The Mutalisks going down, so that is a lot of damage potential just going down. But this push is forced back. All of the Thors are dead, and now we'll have to see what IMT White is up to next. Still mass Thor. Can't argue with it, but with the amount of Roaches that we see here and current army supply lead, as we take a look here, this is a nice little counter pressure. It's got that 4th base starting up as well. We'll have to see how far Cruel is going to engage into this, because there is one tank in position at that 3rd base. Wall it still isn't completed. One sec, guys. This is actually pretty epic here. He's just going for Thor after Thor after Thor. Mutas are going to get taken out here. And is there enough from Cruel here to attack into this? He doesn't have +1, or he has +1, but not +2. And this is a +2 mech army. Gonna back off after seeing this. Needs to set up that defensive position. Bit worried here for IMT White, to be honest. The Banshee, though, there is no anti-air with this, so I like that about this. A couple of corruptors as well. But kind of just a hodgepodge from both sides, and I'm really loving it.
Of course you follow me.
Thank you, Ice16, for the follow, as well as we get this game underway. For real this time, as we are safely in the mid game. Both players just being a little bit passive for the defense, as they are warming up their guns, and Cruel is warming up his roaches. It all works out. Scout around, going to see that those rocks are indeed going down. The Hydra's still not with his army just yet. He's adding in a couple of corruptors to kind of deal with the Banshee, but there is no detection as well. He's going to try and push into this position. Thors still do good whether or not these are roaches. A lot of Thors are going to go down, but in the end it doesn't even matter. Ravager's going to have to be on the retreat, as IMT White taking a great engagement here. Unfortunately, the army supply is still heavily in the Zerg player's favor, as we have 18 more roaches on the way, so you need a lot more tanks to deal with this. It's completely unsieged as well. Has to use all of his forces to prevent those Ravagers from getting on top of the tanks. Wasting a bit of time here, it feels like, for Cruel. He's going to lose a lot, as even though he did get on top of the tanks, unfortunately he did not focus fire them down, and he's going to have to go with his tail between his legs. Hive Tech started up as well at 14-minute mark. A little bit late there, but I mean, IMT White hasn't really been taking advantage of anything. But now his next push is going to be very scary for his opponent here. Gonna get 3 more Thors. He's getting ready for the Broodlord transition. Scan going down, revealing where the army is. Gonna try and bait it into this fight. Not focusing down the tanks once again. He's gonna take a lot of damage here. There's only Ravagers left, but it is a very close, very scrappy here. Biles getting some good damage off, but IMT White once again takes the engagement, and he will be on creep for the first time. Now is going to back off. You don't want to be on creep for very long here with this force. Scanning around, looking for that other base. He actually doesn't have confirmation that the 4th base down there has not been retaken. It's been retaken in a much more aggressive position, which I feel that White should kind of deal with. I'm liking that he's going to start a little bit of Liberator harassment, looking to get his opponent to pull back. Yeah, scans that base is running out as well. Cruel gonna come in here once again. He has the army supply lead, but IMT White has the splash. Those corruptors starting to go down. Even the Liberator getting into it, but that's pretty much a tickle cannon here, since it does not have any attack upgrades. With +3, this is a good time to push for White. These are still only +2 roaches, and there is plenty of firepower with this. Will it be enough, however, as he is going to set up at the bottom of the ramp, just outside of creep range. Broodlords are morphing right in the face of danger. And oh my gosh, this is just chaos and carnage. Psistorm community will take the first map of the night. What an exceptional game out of both players. Just really strong, really powerful. But White does take the first game here, and he will be moving on to game number 2. Question is, who will Guns and Roaches send out to face him? Guns and Roaches has plenty of great players on their matchup. I know. I play them on ladder. They have some very fun builds. But we'll have to see, because White looked pretty good in that last game. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in as well. Always a pleasure to see you. Usually I'm over on OSC. It's good to be back on my regular channel for once. It's been far, far too long. But yeah, just got a little bit of time here. Obviously, the matchups aren't predetermined like some games, some different things. Because, I mean, what fun is that? If you know who you're playing against, you can prepare. And I mean, what fun's that? Who wants to prepare for an opponent when you can just figure out who they are at the very last second? Looks like it is going to be damn photons, which is... Let's take a look at this guy. He's a Terran. Diamond 3 MMR. But he is tier 2, which, I mean, happens to a lot of us. One thing to note that's pretty fun about this season is that the MMR requirements have gone down to get into all of these different matchups. Like Diamond 3, I think, starts around 3,700 nowadays, but the skill level has gone up in proportion to it, as like overall just players are a little bit better and have been deserving that. Let's actually take a look at what this map pool is while we're waiting. Oh, look at that! Even one of our assistant managers has got a map pool in this. That is very nice. See, Abiogenesis. That's a ladder map. Growl, which looks pretty Savannah-esque. Celestial. Gardens, Sky Garden. So a pretty decent map pool. Gotta sneeze. So it will be Cerulean Falls for our next one, created by our own Solstice. Solstice is the assistant manager of Psistorm community, so we'll have to see what advice he gives to White going into this. That's a little unfair. He knows the map, so Solstice, if you're out there in chat, let us know what the fun parts of this map are.
Of course you follow me. They all do.
Thank you for the follow. Actually, who did follow? I missed the alert. Thank you for the follow, Sugar, the main man, the king of the hill. Always good to see you out here, man. Just waiting on the party to get into this next lobby. One player isn't readied up. It's White, looks like. Alright, hopping in. And there we go. Match is starting up. Cerulean Falls, STC. Damn Photons versus White. That is a TVT for the ages. I'm gonna hop right into it. So spawning in the top position, the challenger from Guns N' Roaches, it is Damn Photons. And his opponent in the bottom, it is our competitive champion right now, White. I'm just going to call him White because I'm T White. Is a little bit difficult to say. Oh my god, these guys are both cheesing each other. This is going to be epic. I think they have actually scouted out each other as well, that this is coming. Oh no, this is so hard for me to not want to scream, tell our guy what is going on. But rules are rules. White going to drop his barracks here soon in a very aggressive location. Actually, wait, what? Oh man, it does look like he indeed was going to cheese, but then just decided to go back home and defend. Because he does know that this is a 2-Rax Reaper build. Actually, no, it's just Marines. Just Marines. So, what White needs to do right now is kind of get this a little bit off center and throw down a bunker at his front base. Otherwise, he is going to be in a bit of trouble here. As the factory is going to start going down. One Reaper is on the way. This guy just really hanging around. A couple of SCVs going down to start things off. Not focusing down right now is Damn Photons. Not going to get the factory, and that is the linchpin of this defense. Needs to shut down this location. Now Reaper going to pop. Has to defend till the factory is complete. Gonna get a Hellion to try and deal with all of this. So four workers going down. This is a really nice start to this aggression. But one of those supply depots going to go down, and that will supply block onto White. That was his only supply depot.
Of course.
Gonna start clearing this up a little bit here with a couple of Reapers and a Hellion. But that Rax is starting to get pretty low. But unfortunately, Damn Photons is fighting in a terrible location. This little bit of a choke point is giving that Hellion so much room to work with. There is no healing potential with this either. He's going to throw down a couple more Rax at home. But this is going to be pushed back. And White survives with equal workers. Not going to get that starport up and roaring. And send a couple of Hellions across the map. Sees that the aggression is not done just yet. I think he F2'd because he brought a lot of his army home. But it does not really matter. Naomi Goddess, by the way, thank you for the follow. And yeah, now Damn Photons is going to be in a bit of trouble as most of his production is across the map having to fly home. Will he have enough to defend this? He's got a couple of Hellions and 3 Reapers to contend with. Keep in mind as well, there is no factory up for Photons. It looks like he's banking up a little bit. Actually, where is that? No, that's, excuse me, that is White's factory. Yeah, here we go. Long bathroom break, it appears. Um, hopefully, hopefully we got the guys in here. It does look like we have a couple of great players still available. There we go. Looks like they just came back. And it's time to choose their next player. So will they be going with the Master League Cactus Man? It does look like that may be the case. Cactus is a Master Leaguer. Let's see what he plays. He is a Zerg player. 4700 MMR. So yeah, MT White is gonna have a little bit of trouble there, but I think he still has a good chance to take it. Sorry about that, guys. But now, wait, what just happened there? Okay, that was a bit weird. But you know what's not weird? Having some epic games to play here. This is once again the all-in the Nydus Season 3 team league. Got a bunch of great teams playing it out here. Let me just take a look. Got guys like All Inspiration and the Confederation, Validity, Risen, Taste the Bacon, Bear Sloths, Lost in Translation, Insight, 1F Pro. That is going to be a tough match for whoever has to play against them. Born Gosu and Unrivaled. So a lot of epic teams from North America and abroad. But we will be hopping into this game, spawning down here in the bottom. Our challenger, Guns and Roaches, Cactus Man. And his opponent, on the top of Growl, it is White. Currently up 2 games is Psistorm Community, all on the back of this guy. But Guns and Roaches now look to be mounting their comeback. Does look like we will be seeing Cactus Man go for that 17 pool hatch before pool. Have to see what he decides to do on the back of that, as White, I believe, will be going mech to kind of counter this. It seems to be his favorite style, as we haven't really seen him do too much else. But he did have excellent games versus a Zerg player in that first match, and then going on to show that he is very good at multitasking, very good at just kind of preventing cheese in that second game. So we'll have to see how much better he can get. Guns and Roaches, though, really do need this match, as if they lose, it will be going up 2 match point for Psistorm. And at this point, you do not want that. Especially not when you're down 2 games to none. Gonna be seeing that command center going down. So standard Reaper fast expand. And I mean, this map is very nice. Like, kind of reminds me a little bit of that Oasis map in Overwatch. I don't really know why though. Like, just for some reason, it kind of feels more like an Overwatchy style thing rather than a full-on StarCraft map. 6 lings, 2 queens. The standard stuff out of both sides. Gonna start focusing down a couple of workers before the lings force him out. Nice little ramp here for a Reaper, so able to utilize that to great effect. Then there is only this little place right here you can go. As for third base expansions, they are both out of the way. And there's a bit of distance between them, so a little bit better for Zerg if they're able to get that creep spread there, as it will be a little bit easier to defend behind this. We do see that the factory has not shifted over just yet, and the third base will be chosen on this high ground instead of this high ground. Reaper gonna be looking for a little bit more information before that speed finishes up. This Overlord is just sacked for the time being as well. Getting that 1 Marine is very, very good for denying the scout, as you do prepare to attack this, but he did select, knows that that's a tech lab. Excuse me, my voice is starting to die. Sorry about that. Reaper gonna come on home. Really does need to get a confirmation that that third base is there. I guess he's still thinking that this may be the only third base location, but now he will get that confirmation that that is indeed almost done. We do see Roaches as well as a double Evo chamber, so this is going to be fun to see. Just pumping Hellions right now is white, and that's pretty much a sauna bath, a dry sauna bath for those Roaches. It doesn't really hurt them that much. He's gotta have to come in here and do a little bit of damage if he wants to survive in this game. He needs to scout out that the Roach Warren is there. Unfortunately, he's not starting that Banshee back at home, which is so crucial to the defense. This Viking going to town on the Overlords as close as possible. Just very aggressive with it. Scan in the main base. Unfortunately, all the tech is in the natural. Bunch of queens, bunch of lings. And has white overstayed his welcome is the question. He's going to dive in, try to get one of those queens, but it is not enough. Just go for the creep tour. Instead, delay some of the creep for a little bit. It's a nice little roasty toasty ling. And now he's kind of just sitting out, seeing if he can really scout out when his opponent is going to move. This is a scary little push here for Cactus Man. Scan going to go down once again to try and clear up some creep. But now that he's seen Roaches, he's going to back off. And it's actually going to be Bio this game, as he lifts up absolutely everything. Cancels stim. Had that happen a couple of times. It is horrendous when it does happen to you. Luckily for him, though, it had just started. The question is, will really his Bio be ready in time against any kind of aggression? Already we see that there is +1 on these Roaches, on these Lings. Zone +1 is very far off. And Stim is 3 minutes away. So literally by the time you guys hear this coming out saying that it's 3 minutes away, it will be done, since there is a 3-minute delay. And that's crazy to think about. Not much else to say, you know. This Ling gonna scout around for that third base. Wants to cancel the lift down. Never mind, he just wanted to get a little bit of a cheeky little bite to eat. Which will prompt white to move out a little bit to clear that up. Bit oversaturated here. Needs to really start pumping up production. Get some tanks, a couple of marauders. some Marines. And that's really all you need to do. If you can get a good siege position, you can really just decimate your opponent. Although those +2 upgrades are a bit of a hassle here. As Cactus Man will have that infestation pit looking to go up to Hive Tech pretty soon. See, the first big move out, while there isn't a huge amount here for Cactus Man. Stim did complete combat shields. Is now done. He's going to siege up. Probably going to scan, try and delete some of this creep. Instead, just going to move outside of tank range. And now it does look like he is going to be kind of moving forward here slowly, slowly. Which is a pretty good strategy. Kind of leapfrog your way forward, making sure that if your opponent attacks into you, he's going to take some losses. Gonna back up this tank fire. Really good attempts to kind of bait Cactus Man into an engagement. Keeping one tank behind as well to defend. Looking to get past the blockade, looking for the surround. One over there gonna go down. That's gonna supply block him for a little bit. Roaches segmented forward, but unfortunately those tanks did get taken on top of, but what is segmented off to destroy them is not gonna work. This is enough, however, to clean up, as these are +2 units. Actually, is it enough? Oh my gosh, has Cactus Man overextended here a little bit? Keep in mind that there is one tank sieged up in the back. If you move too far forward here, you will get a couple of cheeky shots, but Cactus Man is able to clean that up. Going to get some more Roaches to prepare himself for the next push. In terms of production, you still got no reactors on these guys, so the next push will be a little bit later on. Interesting to see, you know, now that we have that Hive Tech out, this is really when the Terran player needs to start preparing the transition. He needs Liberators, he needs Ghosts, he needs just a lot of different things to really deal with late game Zerg. This one tank should be screaming to be let home. As you can see, without any upgrades, the tanks aren't as effective. +3 attack as well coming in the way. No +2 has even started for White, so he's really going to have to make some moves happen here if he really wants to stay in this game. Try and knock down that blockade, but already we see that Zerg player is going to be coming in. The tanks are now sieged up, going to have to go up the ramp. Good pickup on that one tank, saving it, and Cactus Man is just going to back off for right now. The good thing about tanks is even when they're not as effective, if you have enough of them, you're just going to absolutely decimate your Zerg opponent. Ultra's Cavern on the way. 10 more Roaches. Usually I would say that's an interesting choice because Roaches don't scale as well as bio units. But in this situation where he's about to be 2 upgrades ahead, it is more than great to really just kind of deal with it. The Viper's going to try and get some blinding clouds off. Maybe even some cheeky abducts. Trying to go up here, gonna kill off the sensor tower, maybe thinking that the base was gonna be up here. Sorry about all the little pauses in speaking. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my voice right now. I don't want you guys hearing the disgusting noises. But here we go. Once again, Cactus Man is going to push in with these +3 upgrades. Blinding Cloud's going to make a lot of these units worthless here for MT White. The Liberators are not sieged up. He's not in tank range. So his entire Bioforce will go down. Now these siege tanks are ripe for the picking. Blinding Clouds as well, just going to make them useless as Cactus Man is going to move up here. Can't overextend with few units, but now that he's consolidated them, this is going to be enough to clean up everything. And GG is called. As White will be going down in this game. Looking to actually try and do a little bit more, but this is the last little push. Scan going down, reveals that the army is across the map, and Cactus Man puts Guns and Roaches on the board. So just excellent play, you know. White looked like he had a little bit of a window to do something, but unfortunately there was just a little too much Zerg. Just a little bit. And it kind of snowballed from there, it feels like. So Cactus Man will be moving on to the next map. Got a couple more excellent little maps on the way. Actually, is this best of 5 or best of 7? Four players. I think it is best of 7. Yeah, it looks like Solstice will be choosing our next champion for Psistorm community. Will it be... Actually, I'm wondering who... Oh yeah, it is gonna be the big man, the moderator of Up a Tree. It is Sir Doken. The dude has exceptional MMR. He plays very, very well. He is a Terran player, so a little bit of bias goes towards him there as well. But Cactus Man is going to have a true game on his hands going up against this absolute legend. One sec. Looks like we may need another little bit of a pause here. For Cactus Man to get something done. It's not that big a deal, you know, we got plenty of good music that we can play during this stretch of time. So, small break. Once again, I know that kind of kills the stream a little bit, but we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around and keep the hype rolling. Sir Doken, thank you for the follow, literal god, tasteless. That was about as close as I could get to an epic intro. But yeah, finally got all the players back and ready to go. Sir Doken versus Cactus Man. Gonna get the ready up in the lobby for RQM Gardens by the Bay. And yeah, this should be an epic one. Sir Doken, quite a powerful player for Psistorm community. Cactus Man is going to have his hands full here. But here we go, spawning in the bottom position of the map, taking a game for Guns and Roaches. It is Cactus Man. And his opponent for Psistorm community, it is Sir Doken. This is all kill format, so Sir Doken will be moving on if he wins. Cactus Man will be moving on if he wins. But yeah, Guns and Roaches, their lineup is starting to falter a little bit. They have Cactus Man and one other Master League player, while Psistorm still has 3 aces, so 3 more opportunities to win. This is a pretty interesting map here. It kind of looks like a mix between Oasis and Battle on the Boardwalk, just with the wood finish on it. Very interesting map choice here, and like I was saying before, you know, the Nydus all-in team league does have some very fun maps to play. I like this rock tower as well, adding a little bit of rocks over here as well, making sure that this is a complete seal. So if you do knock that down, you will have a better ability to kind of defend yourself from one different location. Over here is just a regular rock formation. As we do see that pool is... excuse me, I cannot speak right now. The SCV gonna get that factory down. A very standard build here out of our Terran player. Not really going to switch things up. Just going to do what he knows how to do. Reaper gonna come in here looking to attack that natural, but the Queen will be around very, very shortly. This is a very long map. Just with how long it has taken the Reaper to get across. No real alternate path for him. But yeah, a little bit of poking here and there, but then just a little bit of scouting as well. So with that little bit of a scout, you'll see that the speed is indeed on the way. That's pretty much a standard for Zerg players. Gonna get that Queen off of creep as it chases. That's a good little delay here. As a Serdokin actually gonna lose sight of this Reaper for a second, but it will get out of there at the very last moment as the hatchery does start. We are gonna be going into a standard style here. Hellbat, or not Hellbat, but Hellion gonna be coming out, as well as the potential for either a Raven or a Banshee. Sudokan is now going to be moving across the map. Really just wants to do a little bit of damage during this drone round here. This is a more standard time to do so, to get that big round of drones rather than make units to defend. And it is the perfect time indeed for Sudokan to get in there, but he's instead just going to back off, get some reinforcements up and running, maybe prepare his own base a little bit more. As the Banshee does get ready to come in. Once again, going to be going for that fast +1. No Roach Warren though, no Hydralisk then either. So with a little bit of a delay on that, the Sudokan will have a little bit more room to breathe. Hellion's gonna come in here, just be a little bit of a nuisance. Wants to dive on top of that creep tumor, does indeed get it. Denying those kind of creep tumors is very nice because that third base is so far away. Behind this, gonna get a siege tank now that he knows that Roaches are in the playing field. He knows he can't really go too far forward with these Hellions, as doing so will mean that he loses a lot of his map potential. Zergling's going to come in, but this is a great location for the Hellions. They're going to get one of the Queens. The body block, though, may actually force a couple to die. Not even going to get the Queen. No focus fire there. So, excellent little defense for Cactus Man. And that's just going to prompt him to make 15 drones. Losing only 3, so his economic advantage is just going to skyrocket. Sudokan not really making any more SCVs, it looks like. Oh, the Banshee actually getting a lot of workers on the retreat. Gonna focus down the one Queen. Will get it, it looks like. But lair is complete, so that Banshee will have to be much more careful. Does not want to lose too many Banshees here. That is really the only presence he has out on the map so far. Gonna get those NG bays up. And now this is going to be confirmation that this is indeed going to be bio out of our Terran player. Banshee's going to come home, get a little bit of a repair. No roaches have come out just yet. It has to be said. Like, without roaches, those +2 attack upgrades not really important. Sudoku gonna go for the more forward base location. And he did supply block his opponents, so that is a nice little pick off as well. Overall, neither side is really behind, neither side is really ahead. Sudoku again did kind of delay his SCV production for a couple of minutes there. But I would like to see him kind of go out on the map and do a little bit of damage, a little bit of harassment at the very least. While there isn't that much for his opponent, Cactus Man doesn't really have a huge amount of vision. But it does look like Sudoku is going to wait for Stim to really get anything super far done. Gonna get that +2 Carapace and the +1 melee damage. Looking to make these beefy lings. They're the kind of lings that you go to the beach after a while of working out, and they're just jacked. Banshees are gonna be coming in here. Gonna be scouted by this little bit of a run by that is getting set up. Queens are going to be in position, and there is plenty of transfuse energy for this, so really these Banshees not going to be able to get too much done. They will one-shot drones, so we'll have to see what they're going to do there. Still, that wall off is not complete just yet, but the army is in position. 3 drones going down. A lot of upgrades starting to line up here and finish up. Armory not yet complete, so Sudoku did delay his +2 here for a minute. But here we go. We're going to see the first big push out of our Terran player, Cactus Man. This is what he's waiting for, but unfortunately, I think the reinforcements will be able to clean this up. Sudoku just chilling out. And there we go. Cactus Man is gonna lose his bit of an angle here, but there is a lot, so they are gonna have to be very good tank shots. Scan going down, revealing a lot of these banelings are unprotected. Wants to focus fire them down, I think, but so far not going to be able to do that. Sudoku going to be moving in. Cactus Man backing up to the main base as there is a Liberator taking out a couple of workers in the main base. Hive is morphing as well, but all of this is just taking room away. Unfortunately, Sudoku has to siege up here. Good splits, but a lot of the bio does indeed go down. Just so many banelings, and this push just gets decimated very early on. Sudoku unfortunately not prepared for it, did not focus fire in time. But the transfuses is going to make sure that creep can be respread on this very little bit out here. And Cactus Man does buy himself a bit of room. Banshee getting 7 kills, that's pretty decent. So now it really comes down to, is there enough to really defend your bases as well as do these little bit of attacks? Because the 4th base for the Terran player is going to be very spread out here. Scan going to go down, revealing that the Ultra's Cavern is on the way. Sees Chitinous plating begin. And the Lings are going to be in position for the next big push. Unfortunately, that push is not going to be coming anytime soon. Double starport. So he is reacting to the Ultra's Cavern. He's making sure that he will have more than enough libs to defend. reveals that this
Command
base is
center
here.
upgrade complete.
His +2 is very delayed, by the way, so that is going to hurt him a little bit. As by this time, you really do want to be at least halfway done with your +3. Without that +3, it's just very difficult to do any sort of damage. I think he F2'd there. Actually, he did not. But he will get taken out. Wasting a lot of Banelings on that one guy. Trying to take down the rocks. But it looks like he's going to be moving into attack. Has to keep those Vipers off of his tank line because they are very, very sieged up in the same location. He's going to engage into this a bit. +2 attack not complete, so a lot more units not going to be going down. Can try and back up into a better position. Couple of good yoinks. And a lot of tanks going down for free. Needs to spread out a little bit. Needs to get those Liberators sieged up. But the Ultras, they just don't care. They have Chitinous. The Blinding Clouds as well. Just so good. Sudokan losing a lot here. A couple of Lings just doing havoc in that base. The Hydra's going to be taking out all of the libs. And I think Cactus Man has tied it up. As it will be very difficult to clean all of this up. Marauders fighting in a good location. We'll pick off one of the Ultralisks. But there just isn't that much here as the full medevac goes down full of Marauders. And yeah, 26 workers going down. This is the push for the ages. And GG is called. So Cactus Man tying up the series. Unfortunately, that one big push out of Sudokan was the turning point. He wasn't able to get the damage done. And it just snowballed from there. Late game Zerg is very difficult if you don't have the tools to do it. You need at least 6 I think about 6 Liberators and more tank lines. But this does mean that the Diamond players are down. So we can get straight into Master versus Master. Next up is going to be Please Be Gentle. So it will be a ZVZ. And we'll have to see if this is what it takes to stop Cactus Man and his reign of terror. What will the next map be? Still Solstice has to decide. Please Be Gentle has to decide. It's gonna be Sky Garden. A 2v2 map. So after starting on Dragon Shrine, like, we have come a very long way. Let me just see if I can find this map. Looks to be a very long map, has a lot of high ground along the attack patterns, a lot of little places for a little bit of ambushes. Interesting. This should be a fun one to watch. just waiting on the match to start. You can kind of see we're in the lobby here. But it will be ZVZ. This should be a very interesting map to see that. I'm really interested to see how these players will deal with the nuances of such an interesting map. And here we go. Spawning. In the top position, it is Guns and Roaches, Cactus Man. And his opponent, the challenger, Psistorm Communities, please be gentle. Of course, I don't think she'll be gentle with him. She's looking to destroy this guy. A lot of ambient noise on this map. It does appear that it is a space station. So it is going on the city above. Nice little feature there, I have to say. The expansion down there, a little bit easy to wall off, I feel. So if there is the possibility that one player is going to be very aggressive, you can kind of do that. You can wall that off very, very quickly. But do keep in mind that since this is a 2v2 map, the players can either spawn here, or they can spawn where they have spawned right now. So 2 different locations. Actually, right here, or right here, or right there, or right there. Okay, I got it right this time. But, yeah. Should be fun to see. As we see, Please Be Gentle already has her gas up and mining, while it is also up for Cactus Man. So we're going to be seeing a standard mirror build out of both sides. And that's really how you really have to start off as a Zerg player. But if you like what you see here, this is all in the Nydus Team League. Get some friends, make a team, and battle it out for the end of time. Get some glory, get some fans. Because, I mean, who doesn't like a good StarCraft player? Odd place for that plate to be. It's right in the middle there. Makes it a little bit difficult to siege up, I feel. Lings on the defense for Cactus Man, now going to be sent across the map to scout out where his opponent is, looking for any sort of proxy, and going to be going for that third base. Please Be Gentle is going to be doing the same as well. Both sides. Well, actually, Psistorm does not have the information across the map. So we'll have to see how this is really going to start to hit her. She does know that it's there, as the speed does finish up. 4 banelings on the way. This is going to pull. She is going to pull back her own units, get a couple of banelings for the defense. And will it be enough? The Evo chamber wall is not complete. Wants to hold on to those banelings for as long as possible. Cactus Man not really committing just yet. He's only sending a small force forward towards that third base location. And that's going to be where the point of contention is for a couple of more minutes here. As Please Be Gentle going to send a couple of banelings down. Some huge hits going off, taking out most of her banelings. And the third base, will it actually go down? It's going to be very, very close, and it does indeed fall. So Cactus Man getting the first blood in this game as all of those broodlings die. Behind this, he's just going to back up and defend his own third base. As Please Be Gentle, not really committing heavily to this, as you can kind of see. No more lings in production. Supply blocked is the reason, actually. So there we go, 16 more lings on the production tab. Huge connection though, taking out a lot of that. Sorry, I missed that. And it looks like Please Be Gentle having a little bit of trouble here. We'll have to back off once again and reestablish our own third base. Try and move in here, but that is a lot of banelings. Gonna wall this off very, very nicely, but the queens have to be careful not to get surrounded. Baneling's gonna prevent them from doing so. Small little run by here from Please Be Gentle gonna be taken out. And once again, we're gonna see. Oh no, all of those lings going down. A lot of banelings have fallen, but unfortunately, this is not looking good. There are no transfuses, no injects, and all of these drones are just going to fall. 18, 19 workers going down, and the number is just skyrocketing as the Roach one is up. 28 more lings on the production tab. All of the tech is going down, and I think Cactus Man has gone up to match point for his team. He's looking to do the all kill. And he's doing a pretty good job of it so far. Good plays out of Please Be Gentle, though. It's a pretty confusing map, so overall, yeah, like you can't expect everyone to know all of the little nuances just yet. But as the season goes on, that will change, of course. Update this a little bit. Alright, so there is one player left for Psistorm. We'll have to see who it is. Trying to get confirmation on that. Once we know who it is, then we'll be in a better spot. But yeah, Cactus Man just showing us really 3 strong games to bring it to match point here. It still is anyone's game, however, as there are still plenty of strong players on Psistorm. Community, that is. Looks like the ace isn't showing up. It is Ninja. So our ace player is going to be the Protoss King versus Cactus Man, and this is one of the best players we have in Psistorm community. So this is going to be epic. Pardon me there. Alright. So we'll have to see what map he is going to decide to do. And if he will be able to take down just the force that is Cactus Man. He's currently sitting at 5200 MMR. So he has a 500 MMR difference. Just making sure everything is good. Yeah, we should be hopping in here in just a sec. Sorry about the little bit of a delay. But yeah, if you love stuff like this, Nydus Week goes on every week. If I'm not playing in it, I'll probably see about casting it for these guys. Just because it is so much fun to watch. And you get some good intel on the guys that you see on ladder all the time. Like, that's the thing about these things. These are the guys you play on ladder, especially as Diamond, low Master League players. There's a limit of 5360, so it's all fun. And if you want some more epic team games tonight, on OSC Esports at about 4 a.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to have Exceed versus Bear Me go on the OSC Esports channel, so check that out as well. I'll be casting that, and it should be fun to watch. Bear Me has some excellent players, as does Exceed, and they've been going far in this team championship play. So shameless plug right there. But we should. There's a bit of a video here I want to watch. Gonna open that for later. Yeah, just waiting for the lobby to start. Should be good to go in just a second here. Just waiting for the map pick. So once we get that map pick, we'll be in a better spot to understand what his strategy is going to be going into the game. So a little bit of delay here. Sorry about that, guys. It's really easy to get these a little bit of delays as players get ready and ready and raring to go. Oh shit, I think I just broke my phone. No, I just broke. No worries, didn't break it. Almost broke it. It was almost broken. I'm gonna stop playing with this right now. Flashlight. So how's everyone's night going? Y'all having fun? Y'all enjoying yourself? That's good to hear. I know it'll be about 3 minutes before I actually get a response, but I'm going to predict your reactions and respond from there. Yeah, this should be a good game. Insert username here. I can't wait for it. Hey, that's getting purged. Insert name here. I can't have that kind of stuff in this chat. This is a professional chat. Alright. We should be ready to go. Alright, it will be abiogenesis. So this one will be a bit difficult for a Protoss player versus a Zerg, but we'll have to see. Can Ninja bring it back using his immense skill versus the immense skill of Cactus Man? I think this is going to be an immense game. And it should be fun to watch. Abiogenesis is a ladder map, the only one in this pool and the only one I vetoed. But you guys can see the lobby, and you know it is about to start. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom position, putting his team up to match point. It is Cactus Man. And his opponent. On the other side of the map, it is Psistorm Communities Ninja. The ace for tonight. Looking to make the best of the situation that has been given to him. And we'll have to see. Can he make the most of it? Already we see a very early probe coming down here for the scouting information to deny that second hatch, which he will do quite well. Gonna try and hide the drone, but Ninja a little bit too quick for that. Just gonna delay this as long as possible while he gets his own gateway up at home. And now I was just gonna throw that pylon down, be a bit annoying. We'll have to see if he does indeed let it finish, as Cactus Man looks to be going for a different base. Behind this, though, he has thrown down that spawning pool without gas. The real reason for doing that is he does want to be safe in case there is some sort of stuff. So he doesn't want to delay his build order at all. And on this other side of the map, this wall off is starting to be complete. Oh, sorry about that. And I'm glad you guys in the chat had fun playing, because quite frankly it was fun to watch, and it's going to be even more fun to steal your guys' replays and use them for my own personal gain, because that's the life of a caster, is every single time you get a new replay you steal the build orders, especially when you get to play get to observe like high level games like we've been seeing tonight. Wall off not done just yet. Gonna send one adept across the map. Really needs to finish the wall off, I feel, as we do see that Stargate coming in, so that is a popular style as well. This is about the time we see from Cactus Man get a little bit of a Ling Flood. As we can see, that Overlord Cocoon is complete. Now Ninja has scouted this out. He's going to see that there are a bunch of Lings coming across the map, so he's going to cancel that and head on home. A couple of adepts is very powerful against this. He needs to finish off the wall as well, and indeed he does so. The Oracle may have to actually stay home and defend versus this, as it will be an attack on two fronts. Gonna try and hit the main base and the secondary location at the same time, cornering out the Stargate as well. If he gets a Phoenix, he will be able to shut this down a little bit better. But this is very committed out of Cactus Man. If this does not work, then everything is just going to die very, very quickly. Like, yeah, and he's just pumping Lings. Oracle staying at home to defend one Phoenix. Trying to help out here. Needs to go to the main base, I feel, as the shield batter will keep that adept alive for quite a bit of time. One of the pylons going down. Probes being protected by that shield battery. Oracle running out of energy here. He actually doesn't have enough to help out, but will start to clean this up. The pylon will go down, unpowering one of these gateways. Both of these gateways, actually. Warp gate not finished at all. Oh no, this is not looking good. The shield battery is unpowered. Is that pylon actually in position? Oh man, he needs to close off this wall. But this is looking to be chaos and carnage. The wall is now dead. 6 workers going down. The Oracle again just doesn't have the energy. Warp gate will not complete. Second Oracle coming in, trying to clean up what it can, but oh, I don't know. Warp gate will now finish, but the workers just dying too quickly. Couple of gateways going down in the main base, but yeah, this is looking to be the end. Cactus Man has gotten the all kill, and Guns and Roaches will take week number 1 4-2. So that will do it here for us. Congratulations to Guns and Roaches. Very strong, very powerful performances. And yeah, we hope to see him again in the future so that we can repay them in full. But thank you for tuning in.